Hello and welcome back to the channel, y'all. It is me, the Holland ONG, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about the Grays currency, better known as PTGC. Now, with that being said, make sure y'all go and give them a follow on their official X profile. That way you guys can get all the alpha when they live stream. Not only that, you can follow Prairie Banana, and he goes into even greater detail about the PTG ecosystem, which also involves UFO, as y'all can see right here. So with that being said, shout out to Shaka Vibes for creating this website, but we will jump into the other websites of PTGC and I'll go into great detail about that. But down here, as you can see, because PTGC has utility of a buy and burn mechanism and rewarding holders in self-reflections of PTGC, that just means your bag grows even more over time, depending on your allocation of how many tokens you hold throughout the whole amount of holders, the burns, and the LP. Now, from my knowledge, you know, those rewards only go to holders, stakers, and the DAO treasury. And the DAO treasury is for like buybacks and stuff, but we'll jump into that in greater detail. But let's look at this right now. Within 24 hours, 1.2 million PTGC has been burned, and that's an ongoing thing that the DAO does. And that's worth $158. Now, 13% of the supply, which is 43 billion tokens, has been burned. That's $5 million. Now, over time, because of that, as y'all can see my chart, all right, and we finna jump into some numbers, PTGC is at an all-time low. Now, for y'all who don't understand all of this stuff, I am going to break it down right now. So right down here, as you can see, when PTGC was first launched, within 84 days, it was trading at 5 zeros of a penny, right? 40.95. And we're gonna jump into the crypto calculator and what that would have been worth at its all-time high. So at some point in time, throughout 301 days, we went up, people took profits because they didn't see this coming right here. All of these green candles is nothing but gains. And after that initial pump, guess what happened? 154 days of an accumulation phase, it went parabolic. So let's say you would have invested $300 at any point in time within 400 and something days. Well, guess what? If we take a look at this crypto calculator, you can see that a $300 investment in between 5 zeros and 4 zeros of a penny up until it hit its all-time high of 2 zeros of a penny, 1326, you could have made $300,000 with just a $300 investment. And that is the power of PTGC. So as you can see, these circles right here, this is when I accumulated, and I also did buy the tops, but I have been earning tokens and slowly adding to my bag. And right here, this little emoji, you know what I'm saying, a debit card, guess what? This is also a point of where I've been accumulating. So right now, if you're watching this video, it is not too late, because when other buyers come in and more volume comes in, guess what? We can potentially see these all-time highs once again. And as more tokens are burned, it brings more scarcity to PTGC, which creates higher lows. So it's just gonna go up one day and sit at 3 zeros. Then it's gonna go up one day and sit at 2 zeros. So having millions of tokens, just holding them and earning PTGC through those autonomous buys and sales, guess what? You just earn even more tokens that appreciate in value. So with that being said, we got to jump into the staking mechanism of PTGC. Now, as y'all can see throughout these dates right here is where I staked a small amount, like 25 bucks, $5 a piece. That's nothing but a small amount of PTGC as of right now. But this is going to be super significant as we get closer to a penny. You know, 100 bucks will only be able to buy you like 10,000 tokens, right? Pretty much $25. I am significantly ahead. And right now, if I was to spend like what, $250, I'll have 160,000 PTGC before it reaches a penny. The higher it goes, the less tokens you get, right? But with me having a small staking amount, guess what? I'm just earning tokens of my allocations of what I hold before that burn address builds up. Once that burn address builds up and that LP grows even more, it is going to be crazy. So if we go to PLS Folio again and we look at the liquidity and we focus on the main pairs, WPLS, PTGC, UFO, PulseX, Hex, and Ink, right? You can see it's $50,000 in the LP of Ink. That's just earning PTGC, buying and burning it. Then we have Hex, that's $242,000. We have the PulseX and PTGC pair, which is $316,000. And then we have the Pulse pair right up here, which is $765K. So just a simple 10x will send these pools even higher. So this V1, right, will go to $7 million. That's incredible to pump the floor up even higher. So now that we took a look at the staking, I just want to jump into a little bit more detail, right? To where if you want to, you can claim your tokens. That's what you have to do. You got to claim them and then you got to withdraw them. But I would suggest, going through these pairs and claiming them individually, and then going up here, hitting the claim button and then withdrawing them. And not only that, because they're sitting here, they're earning more tokens. And as you guys can see, I already have 28 tokens here. So I could just restake these and lock them up for a 2% reward, depending on how many tokens I hold that I'm staking. And not only that, people that are staking PTGC, guess what? If they early in, you get rewarded with those slashes. And not only that, the buy and burn, guess what? It transfers those tokens to the burn address. And not only that, the treasury also transfer tokens to the LP, growing the LPs even more. So whenever you want to take profits, there is money there. As you know, in cryptocurrency, there are a lot of tokens that just don't do people justice as far as us. And there is no LP to take profits, but the Grace currency isn't scared of that, bro, because it's just bigger than that, right? So this is the old website, and you can get to the official old website in staking through the official PTGC X profile right here. Now, if you wind up doing that, guess what? This is one of the new initiatives that the Treasury invested in, a new website. And this new website comes with a lot of perks, you guys. Right here, you can see the token distribution. If you was to click on this, you can also guesstimate your rewards with the calculator. Then it also shows you where the allocation of fees go to and the growth of the chart. Now, we got the DAO right here, we got the statistics, and we got the onboarding. I want to talk about the onboarding, the reward system for influencers like me who onboard people. If you guys want to use our reward link when this website is officially done, because it has gotten a CertiK audit, but there were a little bit more things that they had to touch up on to make it safe and secure. But when it does go live, I will be sharing my referral link, also known as my reward link, so you guys can support me as an influencer. Now, with this website, you can also switch over to UFO and do some math. And guess what? UFO is underrated, but UFO is for another video. So you guys, let's jump into the fee allocations. As you can see right here, we got some more burns in the total amount of days, and this token is just appreciating so fast and becoming even more scarcer. And guess what? I am here early. I hope you guys are here early, and we will be able to kick our feet back and relax as hundredaires and millionaires, possibly, right? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But as you can see, when it comes to the DAO, all right, 2% is allocated towards the DAO, 1% is reflected to holders, 0.5% of the volume is burned, 1% is reflected to stakers, and you can also lock your stake tokens. And then when it comes to liquidity, 0.5% goes towards liquidity. And you can see how many dollars is being allocated in different places. And this is why PTGC is the best reflection token ever built. Not only that, it's built on PulseChain. So if PulseChain was to do a 10x, guess what would happen? Potentially, PTGC will do a 10x. Altogether, that's a 20x. And why would that happen? Okay, Hart's Law. If you guys don't know anything about Hart's Law, do y'all research on Richard Hart's Law. That way you can get a deeper understanding of what this asset can possibly do. And not only that, PTGC and UFO are meme coins, but there are talks and discussions of it becoming a blue chip that it already is. It's just underrated. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, tap the notification, drop a comment down below. And with that being said, until next time, I will talk to y'all when I talk to y'all. Matter of fact, I will see y'all when I see y'all. It is me, the Holland, on God. Deuces.
Goodbye.